Trading was hard until I learned these free cheat codes. And I'm not talking about some magical indicator or a secret setup that nobody knows about. I'm talking about free fundamental shifts that completely changed my results. One of the things that's really frustrating about learning how to trade is that it's so easy to get started. You can set up an account on your phone, pull up some charts, and start pressing buy and sell. And like a lot of beginner traders, I naively jumped into the market thinking I'd figure it out pretty quickly. I think originally I thought it was just going to be 6 months. But in my first few years, I was the statistic, another failing trader. I would deposit money, lose it, deposit more, lose it, and keep on recycling this process. And if you've been trading for a while, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You'd have a few green days, maybe even a green week, and you'd think, hey, I'm starting to get this. I'm turning the corner. But then eventually you'd have a setback, you would spiral, and it felt like 2 steps forward, 5 steps back. And the worst part is I couldn't figure out why. I was studying, I was putting in the hours, I was doing everything I thought I was supposed to do. But looking back now, 6 years into trading, the problem wasn't my effort. The problem was I was fighting the market with the wrong tools. I was trying to do everything manually. I was putting all my eggs into one basket, and I was approaching my account size completely wrong. Once I understood these free cheat codes, everything changed for me. So let me break them down for you. Cheat code 1 is that you have to use automation as your friend. And this was probably my single biggest shift in my trading. For many traders, including myself, manual execution is a major weakness. It's not because you're dumb or you're lazy, it's because you're human. You have biases, you have emotions, and your reaction time is limited. You hesitate on an entry, for example. Maybe you move your stop because it feels like it's about to turn around. Or you take profit way too early because you're scared of giving it back. All of these things are human nature and they're killing your performance. When I started automating my trading, I removed myself from the equation completely. The strategy runs, it enters, it manages risk, and it exits. No emotion, no hesitation, no second guessing. And to be fair, the results spoke for themselves. I'll just show you one of my recent months that I think was about 3 months ago. And this is running a fully automated portfolio, no manual intervention at all. And it's running actually 10 plus automated strategies. And of course, this isn't just from me. You can actually listen to this ex-hedge fund manager trader on why automation is crucial for him now that he's an independent trader.
I personally found working as a, I guess you could describe it as a discretionary rather than a systematic trader. Personally found that way too much like stress and hard work. The idea of having a computer do everything for you strikes me as a much more efficient, more relaxing way of life, definitely. And also, I personally believe that there probably are people out there who are, incredibly good traders and who can do much better at trading than the sort of systems that I'm running can do. But I'm not one of those people. I just think that the number of people, is my personal opinion, the number of people who can actually beat a simple trading system is relatively small. And most people would be better off just using a system to trade, which of course you could do so in an automated fashion.
Now you might be thinking, okay, that sounds great, but how do I actually start automating? Well, first, you want to quantify your idea. You want to write out the rules in clear, objective logic. What actually triggers your entry, what defines your exit, and how are you sizing your positions? Overall, if you think about it that everything needs to be measured, it's a very nice lens to look at it. Or if you've ever worked on Excel or stuff like that, think about it as an Excel condition. So if this and or this, etc. From there, you'll want to backtest it. You can take that logic and run it against historical data to see if there's actually an edge in it. And then once you've validated it using tons of different backtesting techniques I've actually already mentioned on this channel, you can then automate the execution. Now you can actually do this with pretty much any market. I personally run algos in futures, crypto, and equities. And depending on the platform and the market, I'll normally use either Python, C# or a specific trading platform where needed. For example, in futures, I normally go through NinjaTrader. And honestly, one of the biggest game changes recently is AI. You can now use AI to help you in this process. It's definitely not perfect, and you still need to understand what you're doing and the potential flaws AI could make, but it's a great way to get a discretionary idea out of your head and turn it into something that's testable. And by the way, if this is something you'd want to actually get into, I recently launched the Crypto Momentum group where I help you deploy your first live algo. For more information, just click the link in the description. But back to the video. Now, cheat code number 2 ties into automation. It's around what I call the holy grail in trading. And no, this isn't one perfect strategy you need to find, and it's not some indicator that just prints money. The holy grail is actually a concept. It's the idea that a collection of uncorrelated strategies will always outperform any single strategy on a risk-adjusted basis. Now, this isn't just my opinion. Billionaire hedge fund managers like the late Jim Simons have both highlighted this as one of the most important concepts in their own portfolios. Actually, here's just a direct clip from him talking about it.
And the research goes on all the time, trying to find new predictive signals. A predictive signal is a signal that tells you what's going to happen. And the more of these signals that you have, and independent, they're not correlated with each other. they're highly correlated. It's really just one signal.
So let me explain what this actually means. Let's say you have one strategy. It's a good strategy, it makes money occasionally, but it obviously has drawdowns like any strategy is going to have. It's going to have losing streaks, it's going to have periods where it doesn't perform. Now imagine you add a second strategy that makes money in a completely different market condition to the first strategy. So when strategy 1 is in drawdown, strategy 2 might be actually printing money. This overall results in your equity curve being a lot smoother, your drawdowns get a lot smaller, and your risk adjusted returns just went up. Now imagine you do that with 3 strategies, 5 strategies, 10 strategies, all of them uncorrelated or even low correlation, all making money in different conditions, which overall results in these 3 positives. To kind of give you the basic maths, this is often a graph I'll show in these sort of videos to explain this concept. Primarily on the left-hand side, we can see the standard deviation of a portfolio. And this is primarily where we're seeing a reduction in risk. On the bottom, we can see the amount of strategies or the amount of independent or uncorrelated alphas that are getting added to the portfolio. So, going right more getting added. And then over here, we can see the lowering probability of a loss primarily. So as you can see, there definitely is diminishing returns, meaning that after some point, you're not getting that much bang for your buck after adding a new strategy. But the first 5 or so, 6 even, you're getting a way better risk-adjusted return than just running one individual strategy. And this really is the core of building a good algorithmic portfolio. You're not looking for one best strategy. You're looking for as many uncorrelated edges as possible and then combining them. Because the math is clear. The lower the correlation and the more strategies you stack together, the better your Sharpe ratio, the smoother your returns, and the more consistent your performance becomes. And this ties directly into automation because running 10 uncorrelated strategies is going to be very, very difficult to do manually, but automated, that's definitely possible. And especially when you get into running into other markets, having 10 different brokers or 10 different ways to take trades open can be very annoying. So I always love when I can get into a new market, check out their API and see how I could automate something on that particular market. And this actually leads me into cheat code number 3. Now this third one might actually surprise you because most people see it as a complete disadvantage, and that's starting with a small account. Most people think small accounts are a problem. You can't diversify as well, commissions obviously eat you alive, and you can't make real money or whatever that would really be for you. And look, definitely some of that is true, but nobody talks about the massive advantage a small account gives you. When you have a small account, you can trade strategies that bigger accounts and funds would never touch. You can exploit inefficiencies in less liquid markets, in smaller instruments, in areas where big money literally can't go because the size would move the market or make it actually not beneficial for them to be there. A recent example of this is Polymarket. Now definitely slowly competition is getting in and funds are actually hiring people that specialize in prediction markets, but still you have things like this. Will Jesus Christ return before 2027? There's a 5% chance apparently of this happening before 2027. So maybe I don't know something that is going to happen, but realistically there's a lot of things like this where there isn't going to be much volume on this particular, like let's say contract or bet, but there's definitely ways you can exploit to guarantee X amount of return. Or better yet, I'm not going to say guaranteed, but there's going to be ways you could actually over a long enough trade horizon, you could definitely get some decent returns in here. And these edges can be incredibly profitable on a percentage basis. And because you're small, you can get in and out without really anyone noticing. Plus, you're not going to really move the market that much. Now, yes, the actual dollar amount is going to be a lot smaller and it may not really affect your life as much as you want it to be. And that's just really the reality. But here's the path forward. You can use your small account to find and exploit these less liquid markets that have more high percentage return edges. You can build your track record, you can learn the process, and you can learn all those lessons on a smaller account rather than, trying to size on a big account and having very expensive lessons, especially the first year to 2 years trading. There's a lot of lessons to learn. And from this, you can develop a systematic approach. And then as your account grows, whether that be just through trading or if you add more money to the account over time, you can start transitioning into more liquid strategies. Now, to be frank, the general rule is that the more liquid the strategy, or let's say the market, the lower returns you're really going to have on a percentage basis. And that's really just the trade-off for being able to deploy more capital. It means there's going to be more competition, which means it's going to be harder for you to actually make X percentage. But here's the beautiful part. As your account grows, you can diversify more, which means you can run more strategies across more markets. And that means you can be taking advantage of the holy grail, just like we talked about above. Overall, small accounts get you started, let you trade edges others can't. Larger accounts let you diversify and compound, and the holy grail kind of ties this all together. Additionally, as you get a larger account, you can actually still split those into like kind of smaller accounts or sub accounts and still be trading these less maybe liquid edges. But then it really comes up to a personal opinion of, is it worth it to be trading that to get X return or X amount of dollars? And I can't forget, automation is what makes this all run. Especially for me with trading over multiple markets. If I didn't have automation for a lot of these markets, it would be very, very difficult to do. And that's just even taking away that I'm not a very good trader in a discretionary angle, right? Like I'm not very good at just executing trades based on my own intuition. A lot of it for me is coming down to research, back testing, and then automating these strategies. I hope these free cheat codes help you. And that's it from me.